Hey everybody, we're back. I figured it out. It only took about 10 minutes, but still tired me out considerably because I had to use fast loops. Now, don't beat yourself up if you can't understand this jargon right here. It's wow. So, what I had to do was start a fast loop, number of objects times number of the enemy times. So there's 6 enemies. It runs the loop 6 times, and in a fast loop it has a loop index, which is the number of the loop being run at that moment. So it starts the loop, it runs loop 0, and it calculates all the stuff. Runs loop 1, calculates all the stuff. Runs loop 2, calculates all the stuff. Of course, it does this instantaneously. So when this value, the ID of this thing is equal to the loop index, which is named bar, and this thing, the life bar holder, enemy ID is equal to that, and the life bar is, like we had that before, then it'll subtract 1 from the counter. Also, when you first jump on it, it sets the counter to its, to its life. Sorry, I ate a piece of candy while I was figuring this out, and now I'm having issues. Okay, so sets counter to its life times 20, subtracts 1 from counter, blah blah blah. Not too hard to understand. I really was hoping this wouldn't get this complicated, but it did. Also, I need to change this to 1, because for some reason, if you walked into them, you'd still bounce off of them. But now, behold, it works. It works. That guy has his own life bar. This guy has his own life bar. Everything's happy. Well, kinda. The life bar still doesn't go to 0 for some reason. Guess I gotta figure that out. So, it's always setting its counter to that, but when the enemy gets destroyed, it doesn't want to go to 0. So yeah, I'm gonna say on loop this thing equals this thing, and instead when it's HP, replace this with this thing, its HP is equal to 0. Sorry, lower or equal, because there's always a chance for some reason that it'll go to -1, and if that happens, the enemy will never get destroyed. That's why I always put lower or equal. And gonna set counter to 0. Oh, yeah, it'll look choppy, but whatever. I ceased caring at this point. Sorry, I shouldn't cease caring. Oh look, it didn't even work. Lovely. Multimedia Fusion 2 can be really frustrating sometimes, because sometimes it seems like things should work, and then they don't, and it's really annoying. That's why I'm kind of frustrated right now. Yeah, can you guys forgive me for not putting the counter to 0, because, I really don't want to do this right now. Oh joy, I still have all that time to be frustrated. I guess I'm going to try something completely goofy right here. More or less what I just tried, but in a different way, I suppose. Set counter to 0. Jump, 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 boom, it didn't work. This is the majority of what programming is. For me, anyway. I don't know why that guy's life bar was so choppy. All these other guys, these guys are cool. Their life bars work like they're supposed to. Oh boy. You know what? Oh god. I would leave it incomplete like this, but I just couldn't forgive myself if I did. I don't want to spend another 10 minutes figuring this out. Okay. So I'm just gonna go for the easiest way out and just say when this thing's health is lower than or equal to 0, it's gonna set the counter to 0, and behold, that worked, although choppily. You know, whatever. Next episode we're gonna do something that I enjoy, so I won't have to get all frustrated with my own horrible programming. Now, I'll take this chance to say that the reason I'm not doing things like picking up weapons and throwing them and all that, or the reason I don't want to, is because, one, those things will take more than 10 minutes to figure out, like this thing did. And I really don't like making multiple part videos, because they're just so much work, and honestly, I really don't care to spend all that time doing stuff that I already did. And two, alright, so one, it takes really long. Two, I don't know if I'm actually doing it the correct way. Like, there might be ways better than the way I do it, and I'd feel really bad if I told you all some way to do something that was the wrong way, if that makes any sense. I just don't want to screw you over by telling you to do something the wrong way. So, those are two reasons why I don't want to do that. And the third reason is that you guys can figure out a lot of this out on your own. Like I said, go to the Click Team forums, and everybody there will help you. And also, just learn from experience. I mean, 70% of what I know now is just from experience. And you can't teach experience, unfortunately, so you're just going to have to figure out a lot of this on your own. I have been requested, though, by numerous people to do wall jumps, picking up weapons, etc., etc., so I'll probably be doing that. Wow, that was quite frustrating. Okay, so, see you next time. Hope this helps. I doubt it did, because that was really confusing even to me. Let me just run through it one more time. So, what's always happening is this loop is being run. Okay? Run loop bar 6 times because there are 6 enemies. When the ID of the loop is equal to the enemy's ID, so let's say, whoops, I left this running. Let's say the ID of this thing is 3. It's going to run the loop 1, 2, 3 times. When it gets there and the loop ID is equal to that, then it's going to lower the thing by 1 if it needs to. And it's going to keep doing that over and over and over and over until it lowers it the set amount of times. And also, you can understand this stuff, I hope. And so, yeah. Make sure in this thing that this is the correct, that you set the order in this order, because if you set this there, whoops, if you set that there, it'll screw up. It'll do that. Because what it does is, it's going to set this thing, it's going to subtract 1 from its HP, then it's going to set the counter to its HP times 20, and that's already 4 times 20, which is 80. It's going to set it to 80 already, and then it'll get that choppy look. Alright, I'm done explaining all this. I have no more patience for it. Okay, so, have a nice day. See you next tutorial vid. Bye-bye.